What's going on? It's Vice Season MMA, and today I want to do a video talking about the only fighter in the UFC currently who I think could possibly become a triple champ in their time, and I'm not talking about Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira would be the easy answer, considering that he has an opportunity to move up to heavyweight, but I think there is one other fighter inside the UFC organization who could truly become the first ever triple champ, being the champion of 3 divisions during their UFC tenure. If you guys enjoy the UFC content, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. That is the best way to support the channel. Please go down there and hit that subscribe button, considering that 97.2% of you guys aren't subscribed, and we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so please go down there and hit that subscribe button. Let's jump right into the video on my only fighter in the UFC organization who I think could become a triple champ. The elusive triple champion status is something that everyone is looking for. You look at people like Conor McGregor and Daniel Cormier. They are all going for that triple champion status during their tenure in the UFC. Henry Cejudo as a double champion. There was a lot of fighters who were double champions, probably 9, but there isn't that many fighters who are truly triple champions, and that is because that is super hard to get that third belt because of the weight discrepancy, cutting that much weight down to a different level, or something other than that. And Alex Pereira is in a position right now that he could possibly become triple champion in middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. But I don't want to talk about Alex Pereira because that's a very obvious answer. And I want to talk about another fighter that I truly think could become a triple champion. Now, the other fighter I want to talk about who could become a triple champion that I think is very unlikely, but I see their body frame that could possibly do it, is Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley's body frame is very good for bantamweight, considering how tall he is. So if he was going to the lightweight division, he would not be an overly short lightweight. Compared to a lot of these guys, you need your frame to be very good if you want to become triple champion, unless if you're going to cut more weight, and then you need to be smaller. Like someone like Colby Covington never cut that much weight at welterweight, and he could probably make the UFC lightweight division, but that is not who I'm thinking of. The person who I'm thinking about is Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev has every single ability in the UFC to become a triple champion, and I do think that he could beat Belal Muhammad if they did fight. Now, I know that them two are friends and they would never fight, but I do think that he could beat someone like Shavkat Rakhmonov, Jack Della Maddalena, Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman. I think he could beat anyone in that welterweight division, and I do think that there would be a shot. He would definitely not be the favorite, and I wouldn't pick him to be the favorite. There would be a shot for him to beat Dricus du Plessis, Israel Adesanya, or someone like that. Islam Makhachev is an absolute monster inside of that UFC lightweight division, and probably the best well-rounded fighter in the division that we've ever seen. We all know that Islam Makhachev and Khabib Nurmagomedov are like brothers to one another. They're absolutely best friends, but it's getting soon here that Islam Makhachev is going to pass up Khabib's resume inside the UFC. They have the same amount of title defenses. Islam Makhachev has 1 loss in its record. Khabib didn't have a loss, and they are on the same, or Islam just overtook Khabib for the longest UFC lightweight win streak. But truly, Islam Makhachev could 100%, he's already the UFC lightweight champion, and I think he goes up to welterweight and could possibly defeat a lot of those different fighters up there just because of how good and how well-rounded he is in that UFC. In the UFC, he's got amazing striking, and he's got amazing grappling, and the thing that I really think could allow him to get that middleweight win would be that submission ability. You don't really have to be a big fighter to go get a submission on someone. If you guys have seen the video of Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson, doing the jiu-jitsu match against the 6'7" guy and Mighty Mouse winning, that is a massive discrepancy right there, because Mighty Mouse was able to win because jiu-jitsu doesn't matter the size of your opponent. And Islam is really good at being able to manipulate the other person's weight, using that sambo and that wrestling to do some trips or something like that. And I think that Islam could 100% get the pack of someone like Dricus du Plessis and choke him out instantly. But Islam Makhachev is one of the most special breeds inside the UFC. I think he's going to go and defeat Arman Tsarukyan, and he's going to go and want to demand a welterweight title shot. I think before Islam Makhachev's career is over, I do think he is going to move up to the welterweight division because he is such a massive UFC lightweight. I just genuinely think, though, that he could possibly capture that welterweight title, reign there for a little bit, and go up and capture the middleweight title. You know, you needed some characteristic that is ungodly. Like Alex Pereira's power is something that translates through divisions. He's probably the hardest puncher we've ever seen in the UFC. And Islam Makhachev's wrestling and submission ability is something that is absolutely top tier, and that is something that really could allow him to get a win in the UFC middleweight division or the welterweight division. Now, Islam would not be favored in those matches, and I want to make that very clear that 9 times out of 10 that I see Dricus Du Plessis and Islam Makhachev fighting, or 8 times or 7 times I see Dricus Du Plessis winning. And that isn't necessarily a skill for skill thing, because Islam Makhachev is 100% the pound for pound better fighter, but that is a size thing right there, because Dricus is a massive guy, and a lot of those middleweights cut a lot of weight. Paulo Costa weighs about 230 pounds outside of camp, and Islam Makhachev probably weighs about 190, 200 pounds outside of camp. So he's a really massive lightweight, but it doesn't compare to someone like Dricus Du Plessis, who is genuinely a massive human being. But I do think that Islam, having that jiu-jitsu ability and having that sambo ability, would 100% give him an opportunity to defeat someone like that. And ultimately, there is a couple fighters inside the UFC organization, but there's a lot of different things and requirements that you need to even be able to have a possibility of challenging. Like Alex Pereira, he has that ungodly power that if you get touched, it's like you're evaporated by Thanos snapping. Alex Pereira is that powerful, but Islam Makhachev's wrestling is that good. He is that unpredictable. He's that intelligent. Islam Makhachev possesses all those abilities. And, you know, there's a lot of different things that go into being a triple champ. There's also some luck. There's also a lot of different other things. But if anyone in the UFC could become a triple champion, I think Islam Makhachev would be that fighter to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Fights at MMA on my take of the one fighter, Islam Makhachev, who possibly could become triple champion. If you guys enjoyed the UFC content, please go down and hit the subscribe button and let me know what you think about this take about Islam Makhachev being the only fighter in the UFC right now besides Alex Pereira, because Alex Pereira genuinely has a shot to do it, but I wanted to do someone else who could become triple champion. So go down in the comments and tell me down below if you think that this is a good take, if you don't think this is a good take, or what you think too, if there's another fighter in your mind who could possibly become triple champion. Please go down there and hit the subscribe button, since we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and 97.2% of my viewers who watch the videos are not subscribed. So please go down there and hit the subscribe button. It means a lot if you do so. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Fights as MMA. I will catch you guys very, very, very soon. More UFC content and news, and I will see you guys later.